Oh boy, area word problems using quadratics. This is a nasty problem. When I used to teach honors algebra 1, we would spend days and days on these, and yeah, these are nasty. So, my advice for a problem like this is to actually make a table to help organize the information. And basically, we're going to have three pieces of information on the table. We're going to have width, length, and area. We're just going to write a short expression for basically the original thing and then the new thing. So in your problem, you're dealing with a fish pond and a wooden walkway. In my problem, I'm dealing with a picture and a picture mat or a frame. I'm going to use a frame just because most of you don't know about matting pictures. But anyways, it says the picture is 20 centimeters wide and 25 centimeters high. Okay, well that's easy. If I list the width and the length, that gives me area. 20 times 25, last time I checked, would be 500 centimeters squared. So that's nice. That's a nice number. And then it says the area of the mat is 306 centimeters squared. Picture is placed on a mat, so the mat uniformly wide strips shows as a border for the picture. Well, this is interesting. The mat is actually smaller. So in other words, the area of the mat must be sort of this border, not including the center picture frame. So that's interesting. So basically, I'm actually going to change this because apparently the border of that and the mat together would really be in larger than the two combined. So I actually got to be careful with that. So I'm actually going to combine these. I'm going to call this 806 just because I want to consider how do I get to that area? And the easiest way is to deal with the length and the width of the picture and the frame. So I'm going to do picture plus frame rather than just the frame or just the matting here. But what it says is that picture is placed on the mat, so the mat's uniformly wide strip shows as a border. Uniformly. Uniform means the same. So all this means is like the width and the length, which originally were 20 and 25, these have both been increased by the same amount. So I'm going to use some number x to represent that. So I'm going to say 20 plus x and 25 plus x. And somehow, whatever those numbers are, those have given me 806. And now it asks me to find the width of the mat strip that surrounds the picture. And what I could do is I could certainly guess and check for x. I mean, I could try different combinations, like just guessing maybe it's 6. And then I could say, okay, well, what's 26 times 32 and see if maybe that gives me 806 and just keep kind of trying different values of x. If you want to be fancy, you can recognize that there's a little equation sort of hidden in this, that the width should multiply times the length to give you this area. And you can tell that this is going to be a lot of pain already. I'm going to reverse this and write this as a quadratic expression. This would be 25x, and we already established that that is 500, that's equal to 806. Oh boy. And now we're going to have to actually do some solving here. And so I end up subtracting that 500 back out to get the 306. And I have to solve this equation. It's probably factorable. Factors of 306 that subtract to 45. Honest to God, I have no idea off the top of my head what factors of 306 there are. So what I would probably do for this is bust this out in the quadratic formula, or I complete the square. And just to show you what that might look like is negative 45 plus or minus the square root of 45 squared minus 4 times 1 times negative 306 all over 2a. And I don't have a calculator handy, but that is going to be some kind of nasty answer. And that will give me the dimensions of my, in your case, pool, but in my case, a picture frame. That is a truly nasty problem. But the goal is basically to be able to write a quadratic equation and then solve that equation. I think a table is useful for that. Uh, but I'm interested to see what you guys can come up with. So best of luck. That one is not easy.